we are now being told that drinking water is causing cancer. This is highly concerning, especially at a time when experts are telling us we need to drink more than 1 gallon of water every single day. Now, I'm going to explain what's going on here and which state is actually fighting back against the EPA. We're also going to talk about which chemicals these are and why you should be concerned with this, because it's not just in your drinking water from a faucet, it's also in bottled water. So I will address this in just a moment, but I want to just give you one fact before we get started. And that is that researchers are telling us that if you drink just 2 liters, which is 4 bottles of water every single day for 70 years, you have a 1 in 2,000 chance of actually getting cancer. So I'll break down what's going on in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So that figure, that statistic, that if you drink 2 liters of water every single day for 70 years, you have a 1 in 2,000 chance of developing cancer. That statistic is a fact. I wish it wasn't. I wish I was wrong, but I've looked this up several times, and that's the concern. Now, I want to explain why this is. But first, I want to talk about forever chemicals. Forever chemicals are found in U.S. drinking water, and I'm going to show you a map. This map is highly concerning because here in the United States, we have the same levels as other countries, other undeveloped countries. I want to show you this map. Look at this. Look at the colors. Okay? Look at the colors here. Red is extremely worrisome. But look at this. Look what the United States is looking like. And look at some of these other countries. Okay? That is highly concerning. Again, and I bring this up because we are being told we need to drink at least 1 gallon of water every single day. But yet I just told you, just 4 bottles of water increases your chance of developing cancer. Again, highly concerning. But I want to explain something else. Okay? This is all because of something that they call hexavalent chromium. This is something that is causing cancer. You may have heard this before. There's actually a movie out. It's called Aaron Brockovich. And if you've seen that movie and you know what happens, I'm not going to spoil the movie. Go ahead and watch it. But, well, it has to do with this. It has to do with some chemicals, some toxic chemicals that are in our water. Look at this. California is actually adopting a new cap on cancer-causing chemical in drinking water. It says the Golden State looks to begin capping the amount of the toxic hexavalent chromium in treated drinking water following a vote from state regulators. That was an article from just 2 days ago. Now, what is concerning about this is, and I'm going to read a little bit of this article, but what's concerning is California is pushing back against the EPA, okay, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. I want to read this to you. This says, the EPA has not set a standard for hexavalent chromium in drinking water. However, the EPA has set a maximum contaminant level, this is the MCL, of 100 parts per billion. Okay, 100 parts per billion for a total chromium in drinking water, which includes hexavalent chromium. This is 10 times higher than California's standard for hexavalent chromium. Now, let's go ahead and read a little bit of this article, and then I'll explain why this is extremely worrisome, because this is drinking water, but we also have some worries about bottled water. And I'll explain more on that in just a moment. Let's read this article. It says California will begin capping the amount of cancer-causing contaminant in the state's drinking water to prevent people's exposure to the chemical, following a Wednesday vote from state regulators, which again was just 2 days ago. It says the State Water Resource Control Board voted to approve a new standard of public health protection by capping the allowed amount of hexavalent chromium in treated water at 10 parts per billion. Keep in mind, the EPA set a maximum of 100 parts per billion. So California is going to be very strict on this. Let's keep reading it. It says the board said that the new limit is designed to help reduce the number of Californians exposed to the chemical by 1/5. Again, they're going to cut this. All right? It says also called chromium 6. Hexavalent chromium is an odorless and tasteless heavy metal that may be found in groundwater, either from natural causes or following improper disposal and of contaminated waste in industrial sites. It says numerous studies have linked long-term exposure of the chemical to a risk of cancer when ingested. Researchers estimate that a person who drinks 2 liters of water daily for 70 years could have a 1 in 2,000 chance of developing cancer. That is extremely worrisome. I want to show you one other thing. Okay, look at this. It says California regulators first set strict new standards of chromium 6 in drinking water in 2014. But upon a 2017 review, a state judge said officials didn't properly consider the financial impacts of their decision and ordered the creation of a new plan. That's kind of where we're at now. So, some have come up with maybe 50 parts per billion. Some have asked for others as well, somewhere a little bit higher than 10 parts per billion, but that's where California is at. Now, here's the reason why I think this is very concerning. Number one, we already have throughout the United States, there's so many different treatment facilities that are have and tested for contaminated water that they are pushing through to our pipes. That's a problem. Here's the other problem. What we are continuing to face are potential cyber attacks against our water treatment facilities. That is also concerning because those are possible increases of contaminants. So we're already drinking cancer-causing water, but on top of that, now it could get worse. But experts say, well, you should be perfectly fine. All you got to do is go drink bottled water. Go drink, clean water. Well, we expect the waters to be clean, right? Now, this is just water. It's great value water from Walmart. But if you look at this closely, you almost see things floating in it. It's interesting. Now, I want to show you this because scientists have found about 250,000 invisible nanoplastic particles in a liter of bottled water. 1 liter is 2 of these. 1 liter is like 33 fluid ounces. It's about this, okay? They found 240,000 nanoplastics. Let me just show you this really quick. It says the researchers found that on average, a liter of bottled water included about 240,000 tiny pieces of plastic. About 90% of these plastic fragments were nanoplastics. This total was 10 to 100 times more plastic particles than seen in earlier studies. That's the key, which mostly focused on larger microplastics. Now, key here is there were 10 to 100 times more plastic particles than seen in earlier studies. Now, why is that so important? Well, it's because of this. Let me just show you this article as well. It says a big panic over tiny plastics. Scientists can detect increasingly small particles of plastic in our air and water. That doesn't mean it's bad for you. Okay? I want to touch on this because somebody sent me this article. Here's the reason why I'm bringing this up. What we are being told is that 240,000 nanoplastic or microplastics in is it nanoplastic? Yeah, nanoplastics in a 1 liter of water is not terrible. Okay? They say it's not terrible. It's not the healthiest, but it's not terrible. The concern here is that this is 10 to 100 times more than in earlier studies. So our water is actually becoming increasingly less safe to drink. Okay? With that said, what do? Do you continue to get bottled water? There are some waters out there that you can get that are better. There's going to be less plastic in them. They're going to be safer. If you get it in a glass jar, everyone says that's supposed to be better than if it's plastic, right? Here's the thing, and I've talked to you guys about this before. One of the best things you can do at this point is you have to invest in your health. One of the things I recommend is you get a reverse osmosis water filtration system. This is one that I recommend. It's by SimPure. Okay, I've recommended this before. Great little product, and this just puts out, cleaner water. Right now, it's on sale. You save about 22%. It's normally $370. You can get it right now for $289. Oh, there's actually a coupon as well. So you click that and you will get it for $269.99. So again, I'll put a link to that down in the description box below, so you can go and check that out if you want to. But the key here is, what do we do? If drinking water is causing cancer, and yet we have nanoplastics in bottled water, what do we do? Because experts continue to tell us we need to at least drink 1 gallon of water every single day. But then researchers tell us that if we just drink 4 bottles of water every single day for 70 years, we have a 1 in 2,000 chance of developing cancer. And that's just from drinking water. It's not even from our life choices, our diet, or being out in the sun. So let me know your thoughts on what's going on in this world. I'm curious, what do you think? Do you think we need to drink more water, or do you think we need to drink less? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But that is what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.